Don't scroll, pause right here and listen to this, because this message is for you and your heart needs this right now, not to scare you, not to turn you against anyone, but to gently wake you up to something your soul has been whispering for a long time, and the title may sound heavy, but stay with me, because this isn't about danger in the way you're thinking, it's about awareness, protection, and emotional truth. Listen to this. You are no longer safe with this relative anymore because safety is not just about physical harm, it's about emotional peace, spiritual alignment, and the quiet permission to be yourself without shrinking, explaining, or carrying weight that was never yours to hold. And don't scroll, because the universe didn't bring this message to you randomly, it brought it to you at the exact moment you were ready to hear it. This message is for you because deep down you felt it, that subtle tightening in your chest, that exhaustion after conversations, that feeling of being misunderstood or gently controlled, and your heart needs this right now because ignoring intuition is how we stay stuck in cycles that drain us. Listen to this. Spiritual awakening doesn't always look like light and love at first, sometimes it looks like clarity, and clarity can feel uncomfortable because it reveals where we've been overgiving, over-explaining, or over-sacrificing to keep peace that only existed on the surface. Don't scroll, because this is not about blaming a relative or labeling them as bad, it's about recognizing that not everyone who loves you knows how to love you safely, and your heart needs this right now because love without emotional safety becomes a burden. Listen to this. Soulmate energy doesn't only show up in romance, it shows up in relationships that teach us boundaries, self-respect, and discernment, and sometimes the deepest soul lessons come through family, where obligation can blur intuition. Don't scroll, because your intuition has been sending signs, repeating patterns, angel numbers like 111 or 444 appearing when you question yourself, that inner voice saying, something feels off, even when nothing looks wrong on the outside, and your heart needs this right now because intuition is not fear, it's guidance. Listen to this. You may have noticed that conversations with this relative leave you doubting yourself, questioning your feelings, or feeling guilty for needing space, and don't scroll, because that guilt is not yours to carry. It's a learned response from prioritizing harmony over honesty. This message is for you because the universe is asking you to redefine safety, not as closeness at any cost, but as connection that honors your emotional well-being. Listen to this. Being spiritually awake means recognizing when a relationship no longer supports your growth, even if it once did, and your heart needs this right now because growth changes dynamics. Don't scroll, because change doesn't mean rejection, it means adjustment, and sometimes adjustment looks like boundaries, pauses, or distance that allows clarity to return. Listen to this. The reason you are no longer safe with this relative anymore is not because they are dangerous, but because the version of you that is waking up can no longer survive in environments where your feelings are minimized, your intuition is questioned, or your boundaries are treated as inconvenience. Don't scroll, because your nervous system has been speaking through fatigue, tension, or emotional shutdown, and your heart needs this right now because safety is felt in the body before it's understood in the mind. Listen to this. Signs from the universe often come as repeated discomfort, not chaos, gentle nudges saying, pay attention, and don't scroll, because paying attention is how cycles end. This message is for you because you are being guided toward emotional sovereignty, the ability to choose who has access to your energy, time, and vulnerability. Listen to this. Choosing distance does not make you cold, ungrateful, or disloyal, it makes you conscious, and your heart needs this right now because conscious choices lead to peace. Don't scroll, because peace is what you've been craving, not validation, not approval, just the freedom to breathe without tension. Listen to this. Emotional safety means you don't have to armor yourself before speaking, You don't have to rehearse conversations, and you don't leave interactions feeling smaller than when you arrived. Don't scroll, because if you felt the need to emotionally brace yourself around this relative, that is information, not judgment. This message is for you because destiny-driven growth requires discernment. And discernment is love with awareness. Listen to this. The universe is not asking you to confront, accuse, or cut ties dramatically. It's asking you to listen to your body, your intuition, and your spirit, and to respond with boundaries instead of silence. Don't scroll, because silence is not the same as peace, and peace cannot be built on suppression. Listen to this. Your heart needs this right now because you've been strong for a long time, strong enough to normalize discomfort, but strength now means choosing gentleness for yourself. Don't scroll, because the cliffhanger here is not what they will do next, it's what you will choose next, how you will protect your energy, how you will honor your intuition, how you will step into a version of yourself that no longer negotiates safety for familiarity. Listen to this. The universe is still speaking, still guiding, still reminding you that awareness is the first step, and what comes next will bring clarity, peace, and a sense of grounded power you've been missing. So stay with this, don't scroll, because this message reached you not to isolate you, but to empower you, and your heart is finally ready to choose itself. Don't scroll, stay right here, because what you're feeling now is not confusion, it's recognition settling into your body. And listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now because awareness doesn't come to punish you, it comes to protect you. Don't scroll. The universe never reveals something unless you're strong enough to hold it gently, and this realization is not about fear, it's about discernment, the kind that grows when your spirit matures and no longer accepts emotional environments that quietly drain you. Listen to this. Safety is not loud or dramatic, it's subtle. It's how your body relaxes or tightens around certain people, how your breath changes, how your thoughts race or calm, and your heart needs this right now because your body has been telling the truth long before your mind caught up. Don't scroll, because the moment you start honoring those signals, everything begins to shift. Listen to this. The reason this relative no longer feels safe is not because something terrible happened, but because something honest happened inside you. You grew, you woke up, and you stopped numbing yourself to patterns that once felt normal. Don't scroll. This message is for you because spiritual awakening doesn't always look like joy at first. Sometimes it looks like grief for what you tolerated without realizing it. Listen to this. Grief doesn't mean regret, it means understanding, and your heart needs this right now because understanding dissolves shame. Don't scroll. Shame is not yours to carry, especially when you were doing the best you could with the awareness you had at the time. Listen to this. Awareness expands when the soul is ready, not before. And the universe trusts you with this clarity now because you are capable of choosing differently. Don't scroll. Choosing differently does not require confrontation, chaos, or cutting people off abruptly. It requires boundaries, and boundaries are simply agreements you make with yourself about what you will and will not accept. Listen to this. Boundaries are not punishments, they are protections. And your heart needs this right now because protection allows healing to begin. Don't scroll. Healing does not mean fixing the other person, it means restoring your own emotional equilibrium, your sense of self, your right to peace. Listen to this. Peace is not passive, it's intentional, and intention reshapes relationships even without words. Don't scroll. The universe is guiding you toward emotional sovereignty, where you no longer outsource your worth, comfort, or safety to someone else's behavior. Listen to this. Emotional sovereignty feels unfamiliar at first, especially if you were raised to prioritize harmony over honesty, but your heart needs this right now because sovereignty restores power gently. Don't scroll. Power here doesn't mean dominance, it means choice. the freedom to step back when something feels off without explaining yourself into exhaustion. Listen to this: you do not owe access to anyone who makes you feel small, confused, or constantly on edge, even if they share your blood. Don't scroll. This message is for you because obligation has kept you quiet longer than truth ever should have. Listen to this: obligation without safety becomes resentment, and resentment erodes love from the inside out. Don't scroll. The universe is intervening now to prevent that erosion, to help you choose distance before bitterness takes root. Listen to this: distance doesn't mean rejection, it means recalibration, a chance to see clearly without emotional fog. Don't scroll. Clarity comes when you stop explaining your feelings to someone who never truly listened. Listen to this: listening is felt, not promised, and your heart needs this right now because being heard is a form of safety. Don't scroll. If you've noticed that your truth is often minimized, redirected, or subtly dismissed around this relative, that is information, not imagination. Listen to this: information guides decisions when emotions try to confuse them. Don't scroll. Angel numbers may have appeared during moments of doubt, reminding you that you are supported in choosing yourself. And your heart needs this right now because divine guidance does not abandon you when you set boundaries. Listen to this: guilt often rises when old patterns are challenged, but guilt is not a signal you're wrong, it's a signal you're changing. Don't scroll. Change disrupts systems that relied on your silence. Listen to this: your silence was never your strength, your awareness is. Don't scroll. Awareness gives you options, and options create freedom. Listen to this: freedom doesn't require cutting ties completely. It requires choosing how much access someone has to your emotional world. Don't scroll. Limited access is not cruelty, it is wisdom. Listen to this: wisdom grows when you stop seeking permission to protect your peace. Don't scroll. The universe is reminding you that peace is not earned through endurance, it is chosen through self-respect. Listen to this: self-respect does not need applause, it needs consistency. Don't scroll. Consistency looks like stepping away when conversations drain you, declining interactions that cost you your calm, and trusting yourself enough not to justify it. Listen to this: trusting yourself is the deepest form of healing. Don't scroll. The reason this message reached you now is because you are standing at a threshold, a moment where you decide whether to keep repeating familiar discomfort or step into unfamiliar peace. Listen to this: unfamiliar peace can feel lonely at first, but it is spacious, grounding, and real. Don't scroll. The universe is preparing you for relationships that feel safe, mutual, and honoring, but that requires releasing dynamics that no longer align. Listen to this: release does not require drama, it requires honesty with yourself. Don't scroll. Honesty is the foundation of emotional safety. Listen to this: emotional safety allows your nervous system to rest, your intuition to sharpen, and your joy to return. Don't scroll. Joy doesn't bloom in environments where you constantly defend your feelings. Listen to this: the cliffhanger here is not about what this relative will say or do, it's about what happens when you finally listen to yourself without second-guessing. Don't scroll, because what happens next is a shift toward calm, clarity, and inner authority, a chapter where you no longer question your right to feel safe. Listen to this: the universe is still guiding you, still protecting you, still walking with you as you choose peace over familiarity, intuition over obligation, and self-respect over silence. So stay present, don't scroll, because this awareness is only the beginning of a life that feels lighter, clearer, and finally your own. Don't scroll. Stay right here, because what's unfolding now isn't meant to frighten you or turn you against anyone, it's meant to ground you, to bring your awareness fully into your body and your spirit. And listen to this: this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now because recognition is settling into wisdom, and wisdom always asks us to slow down before it asks us to act. Don't scroll. The universe is speaking gently here, not in threats but in truths, because safety is not a judgment about another person, it's an experience inside you, a felt sense of ease or tension, openness or contraction, and your heart needs this right now to trust what it feels without trying to justify it. Listen to this. You may have spent years telling yourself that discomfort was normal, that exhaustion was just part of family dynamics, that emotional drain was the price of love, and don't scroll, because the awakening you're in now is showing you something different, that love does not require you to abandon yourself. This message is for you because spiritual growth often reveals misalignments we couldn't see before, not because we were naive, but because we were loyal, hopeful, and trying to keep peace. Listen to this. Peace kept through self-erasure is not peace, it's postponement, and your heart needs this right now because postponement quietly accumulates pain. Don't scroll. Pain doesn't always announce itself loudly, sometimes it whispers through fatigue, irritability, confusion, or a sense of shrinking around certain people, and your heart needs this right now because listening early prevents deeper wounds. Listen to this. The reason you are no longer safe with this relative anymore is not about danger in a dramatic sense, it's about emotional and energetic boundaries that your soul can no longer ignore. And don't scroll, because boundaries are not punishments, they are permissions to breathe. This message is for you because breathing freely is your birthright, not something you have to earn through endurance. Listen to this. Endurance has been mistaken for strength for too long. But true strength now is discernment, knowing when to step closer and when to step back. Don't scroll. Discernment doesn't require confrontation or explanation, it requires honesty with yourself, and your heart needs this right now because honesty clarifies choices. Listen to this. Choices feel heavier when guilt is attached, especially guilt rooted in family obligation, but don't scroll. Because obligation without mutual care erodes connection rather than preserving it. This message is for you because the universe is inviting you to release guilt that does not belong to you, guilt that was learned, not chosen. Listen to this. Learned guilt often surfaces when you begin to prioritize your well-being, and your heart needs this right now to understand that guilt is not a moral compass, it's a habit. Don't scroll. Habits can be unlearned, and unlearning is part of awakening. Listen to this. Awakening does not separate you from love, it refines how love flows through your life. Don't scroll. Refined love is calmer, clearer, and rooted in mutual respect. This message is for you because respect begins with self-respect, and self-respect sometimes asks for space. Listen to this. Space is not rejection, it's regulation, a way to let your nervous system settle so you can think, feel, and respond without overwhelm. Don't scroll. Regulation is essential for emotional safety, and your heart needs this right now because constant emotional vigilance is not sustainable. Listen to this. If you've noticed that interactions with this relative leave you second-guessing yourself, rehearsing conversations, or feeling drained, that's not weakness. That's information. Don't scroll. Information is power when it's acknowledged. This message is for you because acknowledging information allows you to make conscious choices instead of reactive ones. Listen to this. Reactive patterns often repeat because they feel familiar, not because they feel good. Don't scroll. Familiarity is not the same as safety, and your heart needs this right now to tell the difference. Listen to this. Safety feels like calm after interaction, not tension, clarity, not confusion, expansion, not constriction. Don't scroll. If you haven't felt that calm consistently, it's okay to pause and reassess. This message is for you because reassessment is wisdom, not betrayal. Listen to this. Family bonds are powerful soul contracts, but soul contracts evolve as we do, and sometimes evolution requires renegotiation. Don't scroll. renegotiation doesn't mean cutting off love, it means redefining access. This message is for you because access to your emotional world is sacred. Listen to this. Not everyone who loves you is entitled to unlimited access to your energy, thoughts, or vulnerability. Don't scroll. Entitlement often hides inside tradition, expectation, or unspoken rules, and your heart needs this right now to question those rules. Listen to this. Questioning is not rebellion, it's consciousness. Don't scroll. Consciousness brings responsibility, but it also brings freedom. This message is for you because freedom begins when you stop explaining your boundaries to people who don't respect them. Listen to this. Respect is shown through behavior, not promises. Don't scroll. If boundaries are repeatedly tested or dismissed, that's a signal, not a coincidence. This message is for you because signals are meant to be read, not ignored. Listen to this. The universe often sends confirmation through repetition, repeated feelings, repeated exhaustion, repeated thoughts saying something needs to change. Don't scroll. Angel numbers or synchronicities may have appeared during moments of doubt, reminding you that you are supported in choosing clarity over confusion. This message is for you because divine guidance never asks you to abandon yourself to keep others comfortable. Listen to this. Comfort built on your discomfort is not balance. Don't scroll. Balance is mutual, respectful, and nourishing. This message is for you because nourishment is what your soul has been missing. Listen to this. Nourishment comes from environments where your feelings are acknowledged, your boundaries are honored, and your presence is welcomed without conditions. Don't scroll. You deserve that, even within family. This message is for you because destiny-driven growth often begins with the courage to say, "This no longer works for me," even if you say it quietly, even if you say it only to yourself at first. Listen to this. Quiet decisions are still powerful. Don't scroll. Power doesn't always announce itself, it stabilizes. This message is for you because stability is what allows healing to deepen. Listen to this. Healing does not require you to relive every moment, it requires you to choose differently moving forward. Don't scroll. Choosing differently might feel unfamiliar, but unfamiliar doesn't mean wrong. This message is for you because unfamiliar peace can feel lonely at first, but it is spacious, grounding, and real. Don't scroll. Stay with this, because what you're feeling now isn't doubt, it's clarity deepening. And listen to this. This message is for you and your heart needs this right now, not to push you into conflict, not to make you fearful, but to help you stand firmly inside your own truth without apology. Don't scroll. The universe is continuing this conversation because awareness alone doesn't complete the lesson, integration does, and integration happens when you begin to trust yourself enough to act gently on what you know. Listen to this. Emotional safety is not a luxury, it's a necessity, and your nervous system has been working overtime trying to adapt to an environment that no longer matches who you are becoming, and your heart needs this right now because becoming yourself should not feel like survival. Don't scroll. Survival mode disguises itself as loyalty, as patience, as being the bigger person. But listen to this. Survival mode drains joy, creativity, and peace, and your soul has outgrown it. This message is for you because growth often means recognizing when a relationship dynamic relies on your silence to function, and your heart needs this right now because silence has a cost. Don't scroll. The cost shows up as exhaustion, emotional numbness, or a constant sense of vigilance. And listen to this. Vigilance is not love. It's self-protection in the absence of safety. This message is for you because safety is felt when you can relax your shoulders, soften your breath, and speak without rehearsing, and your heart needs this right now because ease is a signal of alignment. Don't scroll. Alignment doesn't mean agreement, it means respect, and respect is shown through consistency, not intention. Listen to this. If you've noticed a pattern where your feelings are acknowledged briefly but dismissed behaviorally, that is information, not coincidence, and your heart needs this right now because information guides wise boundaries. Don't scroll. Boundaries are not walls, they are doors with locks, deciding who gets access and how much. And listen to this, you are allowed to choose access based on how you feel, not how others expect you to feel. This message is for you because expectations rooted in tradition or family roles often ignore emotional reality, and your heart needs this right now because reality is where healing begins. Don't scroll. Healing doesn't require confrontation unless you want it to. It requires self-honesty first, and listen to this. Self-honesty can feel uncomfortable because it challenges old narratives about who you're supposed to be. This message is for you because you were never meant to be the emotional container for other people's unresolved issues, and your heart needs this right now because compassion without boundaries becomes self-neglect. Don't scroll. Self-neglect doesn't always look dramatic, it often looks like minimizing your needs, laughing things off, or telling yourself it's not a big deal when it is. Listen to this, minimizing your experience does not make it smaller, it just makes it lonelier, and your heart needs this right now because loneliness can exist even within connection. Don't scroll. The universe is guiding you toward relationships that allow you to be fully present without armor, without shrinking, without explaining your worth, and listen to this, that guidance requires releasing dynamics that keep you on edge. This message is for you because emotional safety is not something you should have to negotiate, especially with people who claim to care about you. Don't scroll. Care is not proven by words alone, it's proven by the willingness to respect boundaries without resentment. Listen to this, resentment often surfaces when boundaries disrupt entitlement, and your heart needs this right now because entitlement is not love. Don't scroll. Love does not demand access to your inner world without responsibility. This message is for you because responsibility means being aware of impact, not just intention. Listen to this, impact matters, even when harm was never intended, and your heart needs this right now because acknowledging impact is how relationships heal. Don't scroll. If impact is consistently dismissed, minimized, or turned back onto you, that is a sign your safety matters less than maintaining control or comfort. And listen to this, noticing that is not betrayal, it's maturity. This message is for you because maturity changes what you tolerate, not what you love. Don't scroll. You can love someone and still choose distance for your own well-being. Listen to this, distance is not abandonment, it's regulation, a way to allow your nervous system to reset. This message is for you because regulation restores clarity, and clarity dissolves confusion. Don't scroll. Confusion keeps you stuck, but clarity empowers you to choose peace without guilt. Listen to this, guilt often rises when old patterns are challenged, but guilt is not a reliable guide, it's a residue of conditioning. This message is for you because conditioning can be unlearned, and unlearning is part of awakening. Don't scroll. Awakening doesn't isolate you from love, it aligns you with healthier expressions of it. Listen to this, healthier love feels mutual, grounded, and calm. This message is for you because calm should not feel boring, it should feel safe. Don't scroll. Safety allows your creativity, intuition, and joy to return, and listen to this, joy does not thrive in environments where you are constantly on guard. This message is for you because guarding your heart is different from protecting it, and protection comes from boundaries, not walls. Don't scroll. Walls shut everyone out, but boundaries let the right people in. Listen to this, discernment is the skill you are developing now, the ability to notice who respects your limits and who resists them. This message is for you because resistance to your boundaries is information, not a challenge to overcome. Don't scroll. You do not need to convince anyone of your right to feel safe. Listen to this, your feelings do not require consensus to be valid. This message is for you because validation begins internally. Don't scroll. Internal validation strengthens external choices. Listen to this. The universe is supporting you as you step into emotional adulthood, where peace is prioritized over performance. This message is for you because performance kept you acceptable, but authenticity will keep you whole. Don't scroll. Wholeness does not require approval. Listen to this. Approval seeking fades when self-trust grows. This message is for you because self-trust is your compass now. Don't scroll. The next chapter of your life is being shaped by what you choose to honor today. Listen to this. Honoring your intuition is an act of courage, not selfishness. This message is for you because courage expressed quietly is still courage. Don't scroll. Quiet courage looks like stepping back without explanation, choosing space without anger, and trusting yourself without debate. Listen to this. Trust grows when you follow through on what you know. This message is for you because knowing is already present. Don't scroll. What comes next will not be chaos, it will be calm, clarity, and a sense of grounded authority within yourself. Listen to this. The universe is still guiding you, still protecting you, still affirming your right to feel safe, so stay present. Don't scroll, because this awareness is anchoring into wisdom, and wisdom will guide you toward a life that feels steady, respectful, and finally aligned with who you truly are. Don't scroll. Stay right here, because what you're stepping into now is not conflict, it's clarity becoming embodied. And listen to this. This message is for you and your heart needs this right now because understanding without embodiment keeps you circling the same lessons instead of moving forward. Don't scroll. The universe doesn't rush awakening, it layers it, gently, patiently, until truth feels stable instead of shocking, and what you're feeling now is stability forming, the kind that allows you to choose yourself without shaking. Listen to this. Choosing yourself does not mean turning your back on love, it means turning your face toward peace, and your heart needs this right now because peace has been absent longer than you want to admit. Don't scroll. Peace didn't leave because you failed, it faded because your boundaries were stretched thin by expectations that no longer matched your growth. Listen to this. Growth is not linear, it's cyclical, and every cycle asks a deeper question. What am I willing to tolerate now that I know more? Don't scroll. The universe is asking that question with you, not to judge your past choices, but to illuminate your present power. Listen to this. Power does not announce itself loudly, it settles quietly when you stop negotiating your emotional safety. Don't scroll. Emotional safety is not something you can ask someone else to give you consistently if they don't have the capacity or willingness to honor it. Listen to this. Capacity matters, and love without capacity can still cause harm even when intentions are good. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been confusing intention with impact, and your heart needs this right now because impact is what your nervous system responds to. Listen to this. Your nervous system doesn't care about excuses, history, or promises, it responds to patterns, tone, predictability, and respect. Don't scroll. When your body tightens, your breath shortens, or your mind becomes hyper-alert around this relative, that is not imagination, that is intelligence. Listen to this. Intelligence doesn't need to be dramatic to be valid. Don't scroll. Your awareness has been sharpening because you are no longer willing to ignore subtle harm in the name of harmony. Listen to this. Harmony built on suppression is not harmony, it's maintenance of discomfort. Don't scroll. Maintaining discomfort for the sake of others slowly disconnects you from yourself. And your heart needs this right now because reconnection begins with honesty. Listen to this. Honesty starts internally, not with confrontation, but with acknowledgement, the quiet truth that says this dynamic no longer feels safe for me. Don't scroll. Acknowledging that truth does not require you to villainize anyone, it requires you to prioritize your well-being. Listen to this. Well-being is not selfish, it's foundational. Don't scroll. Foundations matter because everything else is built on them. Listen to this. Relationships built on shaky foundations demand constant effort just to stay standing, and your heart needs this right now because exhaustion is not love. Don't scroll. Love does not require you to brace yourself before interaction. Listen to this. Bracing is a survival response, not a relational one. Don't scroll. Survival responses linger when boundaries are absent or repeatedly violated. And your heart needs this right now because your body is asking for rest. Listen to this. Rest doesn't always come from sleep, it comes from environments where you don't have to be on guard. Don't scroll. The universe is guiding you away from emotional vigilance and toward emotional ease. Listen to this. Ease feels unfamiliar when you've normalized tension, but unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. Don't scroll. Unfamiliar peace often feels quiet, spacious, even lonely at first, because chaos was loud. Listen to this. Quiet is not emptiness, it's space for your intuition to speak clearly. Don't scroll. Your intuition has been trying to speak, but it needed silence to be heard. Listen to this. Silence is different from suppression. Silence chosen consciously restores clarity. Don't scroll. Clarity is what allows you to respond instead of react. Listen to this. Reacting keeps you trapped in old patterns. Responding frees you to choose new ones. Don't scroll. Choosing new patterns can feel uncomfortable because they challenge expectations others have of you. Listen to this. Expectations that rely on your discomfort are not aligned with your growth. Don't scroll. Growth disrupts roles, especially family roles that were built when you were younger, quieter, or less aware. Listen to this. You are allowed to outgrow roles that required you to minimize yourself. Don't scroll. Minimizing yourself was never humility, it was adaptation. Listen to this. Adaptation kept you connected when safety was conditional, but now safety is non-negotiable. Don't scroll. Non-negotiable does not mean rigid, it means clear. Listen to this. Clarity is kindness to yourself. Don't scroll. Kindness to yourself does not mean cruelty to others. Listen to this. Cruelty would be continuing to show up resentful, drained, or emotionally shut down. Don't scroll. Choosing distance early prevents deeper harm later. Listen to this. Distance can be temporary, intentional, and compassionate. Don't scroll. Compassion includes yourself. Listen to this. Self-compassion allows you to say no without apology. Don't scroll. Apologies for protecting yourself teach others to doubt your boundaries. Listen to this. Boundaries do not need justification. Don't scroll. Justification invites debate, and debate undermines safety. Listen to this. Safety thrives where limits are respected without argument. Don't scroll. Respect is demonstrated, not promised. Listen to this. Repeated dismissal of your needs is not misunderstanding, it is information. Don't scroll. Information helps you make wise decisions. Listen to this. Wisdom often looks quiet from the outside but firm on the inside. Don't scroll. Firmness does not require anger. Listen to this. Calm boundaries are often the most powerful. Don't scroll. Calm boundaries disrupt manipulative dynamics because they offer no emotional leverage. Listen to this. Emotional leverage thrives on guilt, obligation, and fear of disappointing others. Don't scroll. You are no longer ruled by those forces. Listen to this. Your awakening has shifted the balance. Don't scroll. Shift is uncomfortable for systems that benefited from your silence. Listen to this. Discomfort does not mean you are wrong. Don't scroll. It means change is happening. Listen to this. Change that protects your peace is aligned change. Don't scroll. Alignment feels steady even when it feels sad. Listen to this. Sadness does not mean regression. It means letting go of what you hoped could be different. Don't scroll. Grief is part of maturity. Listen to this. grieving the relationship you wanted makes room for accepting the relationship as it is. Don't scroll. Acceptance brings relief. Listen to this. Relief is a sign you are choosing correctly. Don't scroll. Correctness here is not moral, it is nervous system based. Listen to this. Your body knows when something is no longer safe for you. Don't scroll. Trust that knowledge. Listen to this. Trust is built through action, not overthinking. Don't scroll. Action may look like less contact, shorter conversations, firmer limits, or simply listening to your own discomfort without dismissing it. Listen to this. Small actions compound into big shifts. Don't scroll. Shifts change trajectories. Listen to this. Your life trajectory is adjusting now, toward calm, clarity, and self-respect. Don't scroll. Self-respect attracts relationships that mirror it. Listen to this. You are not losing anything meant for you. Don't scroll. What falls away makes space for what aligns. Listen to this. Alignment brings peace, peace brings joy, and joy feels safe. Don't scroll. Safety is your birthright. Listen to this. The universe is not punishing you, it is protecting you. Don't scroll. Protection sometimes looks like awareness instead of comfort. Listen to this. Awareness is the last step before embodiment. Don't scroll. Embodiment is where this lesson lands. Listen to this. What you choose next will reflect what you now know. Don't scroll. Knowledge without action fades, but knowledge embodied transforms your life. Listen to this. Stay present, stay grounded, and trust that honoring yourself now will lead you into a chapter where relationships feel respectful, calm, and genuinely safe, because this message was not sent to isolate you, it was sent to align you with the peace you deserve. Don't scroll. Stay with me until the very end, because what's unfolding right now is not fear, it's freedom. And listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because endings don't always come with slammed doors. Sometimes they arrive as quiet clarity that finally lets you exhale. Don't scroll, because the universe didn't bring you here to scare you. It brought you here to steady you, to remind you that protection can feel calm, grounded, and deeply loving. Listen to this. Protection doesn't always mean cutting someone off forever. It means choosing yourself consistently enough that your nervous system stops sounding alarms. Don't scroll. Those alarms were never weakness. They were wisdom, and your heart needs this right now because wisdom deserves to be trusted. Listen to this. When you stop overriding your inner signals, life begins to rearrange gently around your boundaries, not against them. Don't scroll. This rearranging may feel unfamiliar, but unfamiliar peace is still peace. Listen to this. Peace doesn't rush you, it reassures you. It sits beside you and says you don't have to explain yourself anymore. Don't scroll. Explanations are for people who refuse to listen, not for truths that already know their place in your body. Listen to this. Your body has been telling you the story long before your mind caught up, and now they're finally aligned. Don't scroll. Alignment feels like a deep breath after years of holding it in. Listen to this. That breath is your confirmation. Don't scroll. The universe confirms through calm, not chaos. Listen to this. Chaos screams, calm whispers, and your awareness has matured enough to hear whispers now. Don't scroll. You're not late, you're right on time. Listen to this. Timing is sacred, and you arrived here exactly when you were ready to choose differently without guilt. Don't scroll. Guilt was never meant to be your compass. Listen to this. Guilt points backward, wisdom points forward. Don't scroll. Forward is where your life is expanding. Listen to this. Expansion doesn't require confrontation, it requires consistency. Don't scroll. Consistency in honoring yourself teaches others how to treat you without a single argument. Listen to this. Silence paired with boundaries is powerful. Don't scroll. Powerful doesn't mean loud, it means steady. Listen to this. Steadiness is what breaks cycles. Don't scroll. Cycles break when one person decides they are done repeating pain for the sake of familiarity. Listen to this: familiarity is not safety. Don't scroll. Safety feels relaxed, open, breathable. Listen to this: if you feel lighter imagining distance or limits, that's your answer. Don't scroll. Lightness is not betrayal, it's alignment. Listen to this: alignment brings people who meet you where you are now, not where you used to be. Don't scroll. You're no longer required to stay small so others feel comfortable. Listen to this: comfort built on your discomfort was never fair to you. Don't scroll. Fairness starts with self-respect. Listen to this: self-respect changes your energy, and your energy changes your future. Don't scroll. This is the moment your future shifts quietly. Listen to this: future shifts don't need announcements, they need decisions. Don't scroll. The decision you're making now is to trust yourself. Listen to this: trust doesn't require certainty, it requires courage. Don't scroll. Courage can feel soft. Listen to this: soft courage is choosing peace even when you could choose chaos.